What's going on, YouTube? It's James from Shyhammer Fantasy, and I got another game for you today. I got a game against Todd and his dwarf army. This is actually literally just following the game against me and Ian, but in after the game between me and Ian, it was on a Sunday. Dice Dojo closes pretty early on Sundays, so this game here we try to rush through it. So there's a lot of mistakes on both sides, and not only that, we had to call it short, just letting you guys know ahead of time. Now, the other thing I want to bring up is, what the hell is this thing that this dwarf is fighting in this photo? I mean, at first you think like, oh, it's like some sort of like griffin or eagle monster or whatever, but like, look at like deeper into it. It has like tentacles coming out of its belly. What is that? Is it like its rib cage? What's going on? I don't even know. I don't know. But anyways, let's go over what the army, what I brought on my side and what Todd brought out for his. First off, right here, this is my main block. It's 28 feral orc Edbashers with extra hand weapons. They do have the BSB in there. The BSB has Mykonos Totem, which protects them from, it gives them magic resistance, D6 magic resistance, as well as turns off any magic items in base contact with the user. Which is very good, but I haven't been able to use it in 9th Age yet. I used to use it all the time in 8th edition Warhammer, when it was Mork's War Banner, but for some reason I just have, you know, it's not like the stat line changed much, but I have just been extremely unlucky with getting this unit in the combats I want in 9th edition. So yeah, and then if I do get in combat, nobody could turn, like, there's nobody in the unit to turn off magic items to. Over here I have a unit of cave goblins with short bows. I think there's like 20, maybe even 30 of them. Maybe they have 33. Maybe. I want to say 33. Anyways, they don't have any champ or banner or anything like that, even though there's a banner sitting on the side. I think it just did for looks. They do have a level 4 shaman in the unit. The level 4 shaman has Lord of Shadow. He also has the Arcane Tomb to give him an extra spell. They do have fanatics and nets. Over here I have King Chickenhead. King Chickenhead has Bane Beast Halberd. He has Sprout of Rebirth and the Dragon Helm. Over here I have War Boss Dread. This is the last game you will ever see War Boss Dread looking this way. In the following video, you'll see my other War Boss Dread model, like half complete, mostly complete. So, and then over here I have my Splatterer. I still want to call it a rock lava. I just want to call it a rock lava. I'm sorry. I know you guys are working on the names. Splatterer sounds cool, alright, but rock lava is just like the lava. Though I'm going to throw rocks at your ass. And then I have my Git launcher. Over here I have my 20 forest goblins with short bows and tomahawks, as well as they're skirmishers. They have a level 1 with them with the Evil Eye spell. Signature spell usually. Actually in this game they don't get the Evil Eye. And then over here I have my Orc Chariot, the Dragon Rammer. My contest winning Dragon Rammer. Over here I have my Gargantula, the Ragnarok. And then over here this is my proxy for my Giant. Which my Giant is my next project, since War Boss Dread is pretty much almost complete. You will not see a video of the complete War Boss Dread for a while. Unless I make just a random video just showing War Boss Dread. I might just do that. Anyways, my spells, I got Orb of Blackness, I got Devouring Darkness, I got Glimpse of the End, Chariot of the Mist, and Shadow Miasma. As for my level 1, he actually rolled off Poison. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and take the Poison. Because the Evil Eye, yeah, it's a Strength 3 magic missile, but like all his dwarfs have like heavy armor and shields, or dwarf armor and shields, and it's like, it's not going to do shit to this. He has no real chaff. He has no real light cavalry, or no real like anybody who's just butt naked. If he had like a unit of Slayers, I would gladly take the Evil Eye and just blast the crap out of Slayers, but since not, I'm going to go ahead and just take the Poison, and hopefully boost up Poisons, or give some units some Poison. Turn 1, I believe he actually placed everything first. Let me go over what he has really quick. Sorry. He has a unit of ooh, I think they're not Thunderers anymore, but basically they're Dwarf Warriors with handguns, more or less. He has a big block of them, like close to 30 of them. Over here he has the Gold Dwarf. That is his Anvil of Doom. The guy on the right is his engineer, and he is manning one of the organ guns. There's a steam copter right there. And then he has another organ gun, another engineer. Both engineers have those rockets that shoot like strength 8 D3 wounds or D6 wounds. He has a big block of warriors with great weapons, I want to say. And Todd, if I'm wrong on any of this, you could just correct me, because I have a hard time with dwarves for some reason. I'm extremely racist against dwarves. I can't tell which one's which. They all look alike to me. I'm just saying. But if you look closely, that's a really cool rune drawn on that banner on the right. That is really cool. I wonder who did that. Me. Anyways, and then to the right over there, he has... I'm trying to pull up a better picture here. He has a unit of Forge Guard, I think they are. I don't remember the name. They're like they used to be Iron Breakers. Maybe they're Longbeards. I don't remember. But he has characters in each one of these units. That one right there has his Lord, as well as a Slayer model in there. And then up on the hill, you can see there's another Slayer model up there. Or Seeker models. And there is also a catapult on top of the hill. Chicken Head ambush. This is right before they... Actually, I think they did change the ambush rule where it's 18 inches, but I totally missed the memo, and Chicken Head was going 12 inches. And I got turn 1. And on turn 1, I had to go turn 1 because giving a dwarf player turn 1, he's just going to blast the crap out of you with organ guns. I tried to use the building to my advantage. I tried to, I know he's going to go ahead and shoot, 36, or I think it's 32-inch range. I want to say it's 32-inch range with the organ guns, unless he boosts the range with his engineers. So I'm trying to keep most things out of range of his organ guns. I'm trying to keep my general, which is just the biggest target for anybody, because it's general on a wyvern with, you know. I'm trying to get him where he's safe for a turn or two, just until the organ guns are taken care of. So what I first do is I go ahead and I move Chicken Head literally straight for them in charge range, going straight at those guns. Now, in the past, Chicken Head in Warhammer 8th edition, Chicken Head has taken straight up an organ gun to the face and lived. Okay, and then by the next turn he just charges in. So I'm thinking of the same thing. I'm thinking like, you know what, I'm just gonna go ahead and charge in and let Chicken Head do his magic, you know. But simultaneously, I'm gonna go ahead and throw the giant straight at those organ guns, because he has to pick his target. He's gonna either shoot the giant or shoot Chicken Head. Either way, one of them is gonna get in. I go ahead and I just move everybody up. Now this is kind of going back to the rule. If I could outshoot him, I sit back. If he could outshoot me, I move up. So I'm moving up. I'm just going in. Over here, as you can see, I moved the goblins up. I moved the dragon rammer up. I moved everybody up as far as they could go up. Magic phase, I got 9 power dice. And what I do is I go ahead and I throw up Orbital Blackness. Now this spell right here, it pops up a 3-inch template, which is right there. And I threw it right in front of the organ guns. You know, to be honest, this was a iffy spell. If I knew I was going to get it off, I wouldn't have put Chicken Head so close to them. But I went ahead and I threw it right here in front of both of the organ guns, so that way he really cannot shoot my giant. So it only leaves him one target. I go ahead and I throw up Devouring Darkness. Now this is so I could suck in one of those organ guns into the void right now. So I go ahead and I throw it. He lets it go, but he uses his like scroll that the dwarves get. That basically after I do the spell, they eat the spell. So it goes off. He eats it. I can never use the spell again this game. And then it drifted off, and it didn't hit a goddamn machine. Oh, that sucks. I go ahead and I throw up Shadow Miasma on. I throw it up onto, I believe, on one of the engineers, so it lowers the accuracy a little bit on the gun. But he dispelled that one with his dice because he just had way too many dice left. So then I go ahead and I do shooting phase. My shooting phase, I got this web launcher on top of my A-Rock, and he goes ahead and shoots it right at the dead center of this unit here, and it ends up drifting off this way 8 inches. I go ahead and I throw the rock lava into the same unit. It gets a direct hit, and it only kills off like 2 guys. Okay, I'll take that. My Git launcher goes and kills off 2 more guys. That's awesome though. And then that was it. That's my impressive turn 1. Turn 1 Dwarven holds. He goes ahead and he moves his steam copter over my feral orcs over here straight into my Git launcher. I'm like, I see exactly where he's going. Now, because of this right here, because I have this situation all the time where somebody's in the back lines going for my war machines, I'm really contemplating bringing like a unit of squig hoppers or Nasher dashers, just because they could go back on the fly. The only problem is they don't have that much armor. They're only a 5-up armor. They do have that random movement, and then I'm kind of iffy on random movement. Sometimes when you need like a 10, you'll roll like a 3. So yeah. Magic Face, he got 7 dice. He's gonna go ahead and do his anvil, and he tries to blow up a chicken head with it with something, and it doesn't do crap. I think I just dispel it. I know right now if I gotta protect chicken head by all means necessary. So he goes ahead and he shoots the first organ gun. He just shoots it like 12 shots. Boom, 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 and it does 2 wounds that get through. I mean, there was like 8 wounds that get through, or 9 wounds that get through, but chicken head armor saved and ward saved most of them, and he has 1 wound remaining. And then he goes ahead and he turns around the other gun, and for some reason I don't have a picture of it. He turns around the other gun and he shoots chicken head, and he kills chicken head. He got like 14 wounds on that second gun, but he had to use both guns on 1 turn to get rid of chicken head. That sucks though. That really sucks. He's gonna go ahead and do his catapult over here into my giant. It misfires, and it takes a wound, but it can shoot like normal next turn. And oh, there is a picture of it. I'm sorry. Anyways, this is what I was telling you. The gunshot did 2 wounds, and then the other gunshot and killed chicken head. Alright, sorry about that. He has his character over here, his engineer, with his rocket launcher. He shoots it straight at my giant. It hits the giant, does 2 wounds. These guys with the guns go ahead and shoot the giants, and they do 1 more wound. And that is it. That is his end of his turn 1. It's going to go into turn 2, Orcs and Goblins. And guess what? My giant's pissed. So he's going in and he's charging. He's like, I don't give a flying fuck. I'm going to charge. So he charges at, I believe, the engineer, because I shouldn't be able to see the organ guns because of that orb of blackness or whatever. So actually, I take it back. Maybe. Either I charge into him, the engineer, or I charged into the organ gun. Either way, the giant gets in, boom, and my general decides to come from behind the building, and he's like, haha, I'm coming up on this side over here. My goblins all enter the building. They still have the fanatics. They're still ready for action, basically. And then everybody else is kind of moving up. Right now, the forest goblins, I'm giving them the task of taking out that Slayer and that catapult, just because the Slayer is naked and the catapult, he has no entrenchment there. The entrenchment is used on the organ guns. So I'm going to be able to just poison kill that thing with those goblins. Magic phase, I got 2 power dice. Are you kidding me? 2. So the only spell I throw up was poison, just in case he charges in the building. I have poison attacks, but I really couldn't do much with this. This is garbage. Ugh. Shooting phase, I'm going to shoot the web launcher over here. And it hits, and actually it drifts. It drifts from this unit over to the other unit over here. It doesn't kill a single one of them because they have a 3-up armor, but it does web them, and they're lower in their initiative and movement by 2. I'm going to go ahead and shoot the Git launcher into this unit here, and it ends up, I think, only killing off 1 guy. Wow, that sucks. 1 guy. As for my giant's going to go ahead and attack and swing, and he just destroys. Actually, I think I destroyed the whatchamacallit guy, the engineer. So I kill the engineer, I overrun, and I hit right into the organ gun. Now, this is where the conversation comes up. How big are the circle bases that they're supposed to be on? It's supposed to be, it says 60 mil, but 60 mil kind of felt a little small. I've seen some videos, specifically the one from the content team, where the circles seemed a lot bigger than what 60 mil looks like, but I don't know. So anyways, we were going over which angle is he facing because it's on a circle base, which angle did he come in, whatever, right? So the Giant's just basically touching this. It overran into the damn organ gun, and I'm just going to have to deal with it. Turn 2, Dwarfs. He is charging his warriors with great weapons right into the side flank of the Giant, and I'm like, ugh, that's ugly. He goes ahead and charges his single Slayer on the right into my Gargantula, and I'm like, oh god, I stand and shoot. I'm gonna like just blast that guy. Fuck him. He charges his Steam Copter into my Git Launcher, and he charges his whatever these guys are. I'm gonna just call them Grudge Breakers because I don't want to say Iron Breakers and I don't know their real name, so I'm just gonna call them Grudge Breakers till I figure it out later. Anyways, these Grudge Breakers, they're gonna go straight into my Savages, Ferals, and sure enough, these guys get into the Giant. They got a side flank on him. This guy gets into the Gargantula solo, and the other guys fail. They don't get into my Feral Orcs. Magic Phase got 8 power dice. He's gonna go ahead and throw up a buff onto these guys. I think this gives them like immune to psychology or a ward or something like that, and I'm like, whatever, doesn't really matter because I'm not in combat with him. That's all he does. He just buffs up this army just in case I go for the counter charge. The bad thing about the counter charge, though, if you look at it, is I would be in the wood, so I get no rank bonuses. So I'm like, ugh. Over here, his shooting phase, he's gonna go ahead and shoot this organ gun right into my Feral Orcs over here. Kills off one of them. He's gonna shoot the Grudge the Grudge Thrower into these guys over here, and he gets another misfire. He takes another wound. Oh man, over here these guys, they were contemplating a long time to charge into the building against the goblins, and I kind of told Todd, I was like, Todd, you don't want to do that because I got fanatics, and to top it off, or mad gits, I'm sorry, and even if he does charge, there's nothing in the rule saying the mad gits are going to die in coming out of the building. It used to be in 8th edition Warhammer where if they were like just as soon as they pop in the building they die, but in here they don't. So they can just pop out the building as far as I know, unless there's somewhere specifically stating it that I'm missing. But so he decides he's going to stay out and he's going to go and shoot at my chariot, and I think he does not do a single wound onto my chariot here, the Dragon Rammer. As for his Slayer over here, his Slayer had like initiative 10 or something crazy. I don't know what the hell he had, but he does 1 wound onto my Gargantula. My Gargantula goes back and poison, and 1 wound. Oh shit, that guy died. As you can see, he's giving me the finger on the way down. As you can see also, the Gargantula, my Gargantula, has a Dwarf Slayer on a rock as its shrine, basically. Not a shrine, it's like what is the altar, like to feed him. So he totally fed me a Gargantula or a Slayer. His Steam Copter over here destroyed my Git Launcher. That sucks, and he's gonna go ahead and I think he might have overran on purpose. I think he did. I don't remember. Anyways, over here my Giant goes first, and he does 4, which is swing with club, and he goes ahead and he swings at the. I think I actually just hit the organ gun because my thought process is even if I kill a shit ton of those dwarf warriors, they're gonna kill my Giant regardless. Okay, but if I kill the organ gun, I get rid of it right now. So and I don't want him living and shooting up my house with goblins. I don't want him shooting my Feral Orcs. I don't want him shooting my general. So I'm just gonna go ahead and kill the freaking the organ gun. I do blow it up, but now he's gonna go ahead and attack with all his dwarf warriors, and he kills off my Giant, and that's gonna go ahead and start off turn 3, Orcs and Goblins. So turn 3, I'm gonna go ahead and charge in. I charge in with my Ferals into his main bunker there. I should have charged my. I don't know why. I'm looking at this right now, and again, we're on a very short time limit. I should have charged Dread into the side of those gunners. I should have. I had a flank on him. I should have. I don't know why I went back behind the building here. I think I was trying to get a leadership bubble. I don't remember why, but whatever. As you can see, the goblins went uphill, going for the catapult. The Gargantula moved just a little bit more. He wants to stay 1 more turn of shooting before he charges in. Magic Phase got 5 power dice. I go ahead and I throw up. I think I threw up poison on who did I throw it up on? I threw poison, but whatever. I got Dirty Thieving off, and it lowers his Dispelling by 1 and his casting by 1. I go ahead and I throw up Glimpse of the End over here onto these guys, so I lower their toughness, and then I go ahead and I throw up Shadow Miasma, and he stops that one. For shooting phase, I'm going to go ahead and I have to let go of my Fanatics. I let them go, and I throw them right through this unit, and they both hit, and I'm like, alright, I'm going to kill like 6 or 7 of them. No, I killed 2. What the hell, man? The rest of the goblins, they're going to go ahead and shoot, and they shoot at, come on, let me see the next picture, the gunners, and they only kill off 1 more gunner. As for the web launcher, it's going to go ahead and shoot at these guys again, and it hits them again, direct hit, and it just lowers their initiative and movement, but that's it. So hopefully it slows them down where they can't countercharge me. Over here, the forest goblins, they're just going to go ahead and throw, I think they do short bows actually, and they go ahead and they just kill off the grudge thrower here, and that is it. That is the end of my turn, I believe, or the end of the shooting at least. What is? Oh, this is the splatter. The splatter shot off and missed, just like huge over this way. So I should have actually shot it at. Thinking about it, I should have probably shot it at the anvil, because then if I hit it, I would have got D6 wounds on it. Anyways, over here, impact hits alone, kills off 1 of his dwarf warriors. The feral orcs go and they just paper shredded these guys, man. Holy shit, they just wiped the floor with them. They attack back with their great weapons, and they end up killing off only 3 of the feral orcs. And he's gonna go ahead and run. He rolls a 7, I roll an 8. Okay, now this is another topic of controversy, because some people are telling me it one way, some people are telling me the other way. Todd's saying that because his unit runs through his organ gun and pop out the other side, and I actually hit the organ gun, that even though I rolled higher than his number, he gets away. So he said he learned that from I think it's like Guerrilla Wargaming or something like that, the YouTube channel of Ash, and he said that that's where he learned it from. I went to the mini tournament and everybody was telling me no, I should have killed off that unit outright. Either way, I was going to overrun into the freaking organ gun regardless, but it does make a difference on what's going to happen in the following turn. Regardless, that's what happened. Over here, it's going to go ahead and start off Dwarf's turn 3, I think this was. He's going to charge his gunners into my chariot. I decided, you know what, screw it, I don't want to fight all those gunners, I'm going to flee. So I flee this way, and he's going to have to fail charge. And he does rally those guys up there, and I believe he just turned his grudge breakers or whatever facing off towards my feral orcs. Magic phase, he got 4 power dice. He's going to go ahead and do his anvil. His anvil has a magic missile that does multiple wounds. It does 3 wounds onto my my dragon rammer. His what's his name? Engineer over here. His engineer is going to go ahead and shoot at my his rocket right at my gargantula. It does 1 wound onto my gargantula, and then close combat. The feral orcs they just killed off 1 more of the organ gun, and they run right back into that same unit. And that's it from his turn. It's going to go into my turn, Orcs and Goblins turn 4. I'm going to go ahead and charge the gargantula into the rear of those grudge breakers. And these 2 guys ran into each other. The gargantula got in, by the way, but those 2 guys ran into each other, and now I moved Dread back this way since the guns are all gone. I should have really brought Dread out a lot sooner. I'm just looking at it right now. I should have brought Dread out a lot sooner. He would have been able to take out the gunners. He would have probably got into the freaking the anvil, no problem. So this is how it looks. I moved the forest goblins downhill, and magic phase got 10 power dice. Great! I'm gonna go ahead and throw up Gift of the Spider God onto my gargantula. I get it off, and now he has a 5-up poison. That's awesome. I'm gonna go ahead and I throw up a Glimpse of the End, lower these guys' toughness. Even better, I get it off -1 toughness. And then I think that was it. I should have went for Shadow Miasma. I might have been out of range for Shadow Miasma, or I think he just dispelled it, to be honest. But over here shooting phase, I'm gonna go ahead and shoot at these guys. I end up killing off one guy with the random bow shot, and then he makes way. He makes way with his Slayer and his General, and they both come in the back. And for some godforsaken reason, his Slayer is like initiative 10, and his General is initiative 4. Well, my Gargantual is initiative 4, so I'm like, yeah, whatever. It's roughly the same. So all I have to do is live, right? So his Slayer goes and attacks, and his Slayer has all this magic item crap and whatever, and he does like a strength 10 hit or something. He gets stronger as I am a toughness 6 monster, and he hits me and he wounds me, and it does D3 wounds every wound he did, and he ends up getting like 4 or 5 wounds off. He gets 5 wounds off total, so 4. I'm like, son of a bitch, I only got 3 wounds left. And sure enough, I go ahead and I attack with my Gargantula, and I do my poison jaw onto that Slayer, onto the Slayer, because my whole thought process is killing off the Slayer, and because he's naked, right? And I could multiply the wounds and whatever, right? But the General probably has like a crazy armor, hard to hit, whatever, right? So I'm like, whatever. So I roll the rest of the attacks right into the unit. I figure I'll kill off majority of the unit, hopefully kill off the Slayer, right? And I only get one guy. Oh my god. Out of a 5 and 6 poison and their lower toughness, I roll garbage. And I mean I rolled garbage. I killed one freaking guy. His General goes ahead and attacks, and he kills off my A-Rock. His General had a weapon that multiplies wounds too. I was like, son of a bitch, that hurts. That shouldn't have happened. That really shouldn't have happened. Instead of Glimpse of the End, I really should have threw up the Shadow Miasma. Make sure I got that one off. I think I actually might have miscasted the whatever. But either way. Over here, the Feral Orcs, they just keep going through their rampage. They ate the other organ, or the rest of those guys, and they're going to overrun this way, and it's going to go into his turn, Dwarf's turn 4. He's going to charge his Steam Copter into my Grudge Thrower, unfortunately. He's going to try to charge here into my Feral Orcs, but as you can see, his Engineer's in the way. So they have to kind of like skim around and go to the backside of them, and we're saying, like, as you can see right here, this is kind of like what he can see. It's really off though. I don't know if we actually played it through or not. We do play it through. We actually say, because as you can see right now in this laser shot, it's a side charge, and because it's a side charge, he does get his 90-degree turn, and then he'll be able to hit the flank and then close the door. Magic phase, he got 8 power dice. He's gonna go ahead and throw up something on his anvil again, and sure enough, it buffs these guys. I think it gives them. They had hatred already against that specific unit of orcs, so he's gonna have hatred here. And then as for the orcs, they're gonna go ahead and do 1 wound here onto his whatever grudge breakers here, and then they're gonna go ahead and attack back, and they end up or I'm sorry, I kill off. I take it back. I don't do 1 wound. He challenges with his champ. I accept with my BSB to keep my BSB alive. Plus my BSB is kind of good. He's an Iron Orc. He has a weapon skill 6. He should be able to handle his own. So sure enough, he goes in and attacks. He doesn't do a single wound to him. But the rest of my unit goes ahead and only kills off 1 guy. That sucks. These guys are hard. They have a good weapon skill. They have good armor save. They're pretty tough. They're a pretty solid unit, actually. They're going to go ahead and attack back, and they just kill like a shit ton of my guys. They kill off like 10 of my Feral Orcs, and that really hurts me. And unfortunately, I'm going to go ahead and run, because he got a side flank. I don't have any bonuses. I don't have the Crown of Dominion or Scepter of Dominion in this unit on this game, so I'm going to go ahead and run, and when I run through all his units and pop out the other side. I owe him a shit ton of dangerous terrains, but basically this is the end of the game for us. I get away, my General standing right there. I have an opportunity, I do have an opportunity to charge my General into his handgunners, kill them off, and then hopefully just like overrun and run away. He can't really charge my General because his freaking anvil's in the way, but that's basically where we call the game right then and there. We added it up both sides. I mean, he obviously took my BSB and my other banner for wiping or making my unit run in close combat. but we added it up and it was pretty close. It was like maybe 100-point difference, his swing, but yeah, it was pretty close. Again, we didn't get finished. It was like turn 4, and I would love to see how it would have played out. I don't like how his 2 characters just chump my A-Rock. That's my baby right there, you know. And I just watched him just like kill it with 2 characters. Part of the problem was the A-Rock went in solo. He really needed to have somebody back him up. I like it when Dread gets in with the A-Rock, or if I just had the unit of Feral Orcs with the A-Rock, they would have just messed that unit up. It would have created a bigger hassle, and potentially I could have got his general baited out with somebody else, potentially. Anyways, basically this game was a fun game regardless. It made me question who I have in where, and this is, I think, the last game I played with my Feral Orcs, because I just hate the fact that I get like pushed with the overruns regardless. Like if I would have killed off that the second organ gun, I would have been able to turn around. Now if like I said, if that unit would have been wiped out just because I rolled a higher number than them, I would have turned around facing the counter charge versus leaving my side flank open. My Fanatics did garbage. I was really not happy with them. My Goblins did alright. My Orc Chariot did rally, and he was about to charge into that steam copter that's inside my flank of my Git launcher. So I would have been able to hopefully kill that off and save my Git launcher. My General, I didn't play him right. I really need to not be so afraid of getting him in combat. I know I was more afraid of the organ guns just blasting him, but the organ guns were busy. And like on turn 1, when he only had 1 gun left, I should have moved my General in range of charging something else, because my General is extremely fighty. He's extremely killy. I do switch up my Shamans in the following game. I do love Lore of Shadows. It's great. But I really need just Miasma, and anything else I get as a bonus. I love how many spells I could get with the book. But I am going to go ahead and switch to Lore of Wilderness. My reasoning for it is having a level 4, and I know right now level 4 is taboo. You could just take 2 level 2s and it'll be cheaper. But there's reasons why I took the level 4, and I'll explain it more in my next video. But anyways, having Lore of Wilderness allows me to get that nice redwood shaft, which is just like a nice cannon shot to counter his cannons or his organ gun. Just blast one just to shit. Besides that, there's other really good spells in Lore of Wilderness that I like. So I'm going to go ahead and play with that for a while. I switch out the Feral Orcs to regular Orcs. I am going to keep that unit of Goblins with bows. Both of them, the Force Goblins, are great. The Orc Chariot didn't do anything again, but at the same time, it's so pretty I have to play it. It really is. Anyways, guys, as for my MVP, I have to give it to my Feral Orcs, even though I'm kicking them out after this game. They destroyed Organ Gun. They killed off that unit twice, and they actually got away. So I'm gonna give it to my Feral Orcs. They did a great job. Besides that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave some comments, leave some feedback, and I will be putting up another video very soon. Hopefully, I'm gonna get at least 2 or 3 more this week, because I have that mini tournament that I did on Saturday. Anyway, guys, take care. See you in the next video. Peace.